Hi, welcome to Yin 4. You do need to collect a couple of things just to help you access the postures more safely, more comfortably, or perhaps deeper. So if you've got a yogic strap is fine, or any long bit of material that's fairly tough. A man's tie is perfect, so if you just want to raid any man, and nick his tie, they work really well. There are adaptations, but you just might find it easy to have those. Blocks are quite useful, but if you haven't got blocks, again, there are adaptations, but if you have got yogic blocks, there's blocks for different uses. These ones are quite soft and they're quite nice for some things. When you're lifting it, we will show you later. These are cork ones and they're quite good and solid because they support you. Again, I'll show you them later. You don't have to have them, but if you could get maybe a rolled up blanket. What we're going to do at one point is have something underneath our hips when we're lying on our back, and want something a bit firmer than just an ordinary cushion or a pillow. If you've got a bed pillow and you can roll it up tight, you just want something a little bit solid, and that's kind of density and that kind of shape. But again, if you haven't, it's fine. I will show you a different way of using it if you haven't got them. It's just quite useful sometimes to have things like that. So welcome to Yin 4, and as with all of them, what I'll do is I will show you what posture we're going to do, show you the adaptations that you can do if you find that the full posture is too deep. Please listen to your own body, only you know how far you can go, especially as this is a pre-recorded video. I can't see you and you are the only person that knows your body. I will give you lots of adaptations and options. Think about any injuries you have, any surgery you've had, any underlying medical conditions, and either adapt or skip a posture altogether. You can always just fast forward to the next one if you think one's not going to suit you at all. So remembering our 3 tattvas of yoga, I'm going to show you a posture. I'm going to time you for just 3 minutes, but you can break out at any time you like. So if it gets to a minute and you think, oh, I don't like this is just not for me, it's hurting, I can't get a comfortable posture at all, then you just break out a bit. So I will show you the posture, I will show you how long for. The bit for the U is your depth, and we go to our edge, which is a sort of 96% of what you can do. So we are getting to our Goldilocks, not too much, not too little. Okay, so we'll start off with our first posture. So as usual, I'll demonstrate first. When we lie down on our backs, we roll back vertebra by vertebra, so quite handy to hold behind your thighs and you just roll down. So the first thing, starting from the head, it might be that you'd like something underneath your head, a cushion, or perhaps you've got a couple of blankets, or you might find your head is just comfortable on the ground. You bring your heels towards your bottom, about mat width apart. If you haven't got a mat, it's just a bit wider than your hips, and your knees drop together. Now from here, you can already start adapting. You might want to move your feet further away or closer towards you. Knees drop together. If that's uncomfortable and they sort of dangle and just a little bit apart, then that's absolutely fine. So this is your resting pose. This is a good posture to come back to if we're doing a posture that doesn't suit you, that feels uncomfortable. This is a nice one to come back to. So if you'd like to get yourself into your first posture, your resting pose. So using whatever adaptations you need, any props, just to get yourself so that this should feel fairly comfortable. There's no edge for this one. This is just the starting posture. So if you have your eyes gently shut, and just being aware of any sounds around you. Listen to the sounds outside the room. And draw your awareness to sounds inside the room, moving from sound to sound without giving it story or name. And draw your awareness of sound into your own body. Listen to your breath. Now we're going to take 3 deep sighs. So we're going to breathe in through our nose and we're going to sigh out through our mouth. 3 deep ones. So are you ready? Eyes shut. Nice deep breath in through the nose. In. Open your mouth. Sigh out through your mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Emptying the breath completely. Last one. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Now allowing your lips to just gently shut. So they're just barely touching. Eyes gently shut. Now bring your awareness to your feet and toes, and as you breathe in deeply through your nose, curl your toes up really tight as if you're trying to pick something up with your toes and your feet. And with the out breath, just release that tension. And your next conscious in-breath, tightening your calves, your knees, your thighs, all the muscles of your legs. See if you can get them to an equal level of tightness. And with the out-breath, release that tension. Next breath in, squeeze your buttock muscles together, nice and tight. And as you breathe out, release. Next in-breath, push your lower back into the ground as if you're flattening your spine on the mat. And as you breathe out, release. Next in-breath, draw your shoulder blades together at the back so your chest should puff up a little bit. Breathing in, drawing the shoulder blades together, and breathing out and just letting go. Let them go wherever they go. Make little fists with your hands, bend your arms, and as if someone's trying to straighten you, tight, tight, tight. And as you breathe out, release the tension in your fingers and your arms. Breathing in, scrunch your ears your shoulders right up to your ears. And as you breathe out, just let it go. Breathe in, scrunch all the muscles on your face really tight, as if you're trying to get all the muscles to meet at your nose. And as you breathe out, let go. And breathing in, pushing your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Breathing out and letting go. So bring awareness to the points of contact with the ground. Notice your feet, your bottom, the curves of your back, your shoulders, your arms, your head. And become aware of your breath. So without trying to control it, just become aware of your breath. Put your hands on your belly, just below your belly button, and just feel your breath gently rise and fall with every breath in and out. And sliding your hands to your lower ribs. Just feel the gentle expansion of your ribs as you breathe in and out. Feeling the pressure of your ribs against the mat. And then sliding your hands up to your breastbone, beneath your collarbone, one hand on top of the other. And feel the movement of your breastbone as you're breathing in and out. And reminding ourselves that the fruits of yoga mature with patience and care. So no need to rush in. No need to expect too much. And remembering you're exactly where you should be right now, doing exactly what you should do. When the gong goes, straighten your legs out, and you might need to just sit up and see the next posture. We're going to do one at each side. It's called reclining leg stretch. There are lots of options within this one. We're going to be lying down, so we'll do the usual lying down. We're going to raise, we'll start off with the right leg. We'll raise the leg up. Now this is where your options start to come. It might be that you would need to use a strap, or it might be you just hold on behind your thigh. It's trying to keep your leg straight. You would have your head down flat, so it's trying to keep your legs straight. So you can put your strap over your foot, which means then you can just bring it a little bit closer, perhaps than if you can't reach up to your toes. So you can use your strap, you can just hold behind your legs, you can hold behind your calf, or it might be that you can get hold of your big toe. If you get hold of your big toe, it's 2 fingers behind and thumb on top. So I will give you timings throughout this, because what we're going to do is start off with a straight leg, then you're going to bring the leg out to the side and as far as it will go. And it might be, if I turn around this way, perhaps you can see it a bit better. So it might be that you get to about there. Try and keep your hand on your hip so your bottom doesn't, you don't want to be rocking over. It's wherever you get to. That's where blocks can be quite useful, because it might be that you feel you want to put a block. You can put a block under your thigh or under your foot, or you don't have to put your block under. If you're holding onto your toe and it feels quite comfortable and it's just dangling off the ground, you don't have to put anything underneath it. So there are your options. You lie down, you can hold behind your thigh, your calf, you can hold onto your foot, you can use a strap. Keep the leg up first. I'll tell you when we're halfway through and then you can drop your leg out to the side. So if you'd like to lie onto your back, if you've got whatever props that you need for you, the gong will go when it's finished and I will talk to you throughout it so you know. So off you go, get your right leg up in the air, eyes shut. So just be comfortable with where you've got to, but make sure you're feeling your edge. Make sure you've got to your edge. And notice your breath. Your breath is your barometer. It'll tell you how you're doing. If your breath starts to become a little bit gasping, you're pushing yourself a little bit too far. Remember, your body, your yoga. So listen to your body and see how it feels with the legs straight. Try experimenting with pushing the heel towards the ceiling. You'll feel you get more of a pull in the hamstrings at the back of the leg. Just exploring how it feels for you in this posture. And remember, it's up to you how intense you make it. You're going for your 96%, not anybody else's, just yours. And it doesn't matter if your foot is just a couple of inches off the ground. It's your yoga. So noticing the breath. Is it still and smooth? Has it become jagged? If it's become jagged, maybe back off a little bit. Feel your lungs expanding with every breath in and out. You're halfway through now, so if you'd like to drop your leg out to the side, or you can stay where you are. Remembering to put your left hand on your hip or thigh to make sure you don't roll over onto your side. So you're dropping your leg out and noticing the different sensations this creates and altering the posture slightly. And using any props you need so that you can access it safely but at a good edge, feeling the posture. We're all unique individuals, and it may be that you're a natural very bendy and can get your leg up miles just without trying, or it may be you don't get very far. Remember, it takes time, and it's just exploring your body and your edge today in this moment in time. Trying to let go of any muscular tension, just allowing gravity to take that leg to drop out to the side. Just under half a minute left, so you can leave it there. If you want, you can lift it back up towards the midline. So countdown now, we're almost there. So when the gong goes, carefully, and without just letting it go and leaping it down, gently allow the leg to float down to the ground and explore the sensations of release. How does that leg feel compared to the other leg? How does the leg feel generally? Does it feel good? Does it feel like it had a nice stretch? So now we're going to do it on the other side. So raising your left leg and noticing the difference. It might be that you can get deeper into this posture or not as deep into it on this side. So lifting up your left leg, holding behind the thigh, the calf, making sure you're lying flat, your head's on the ground, holding onto your toe or using your strap. And seeing if you can keep how high up you can get the leg, keeping it straight. Or stretching the back of the legs with this one. So if you bend your knee, you just lose the stretch. So it doesn't matter if it's low but straight. It's better to be low than straight than high and bent. And reminding yourselves that yin yoga is aimed at the fascia and the joints. Your joints have got a natural lubricant in them, synovial fluid. And the more you use it, the more synovial fluid will be produced. So it's the use it or lose it. By stimulating the joints, we stimulate the production of the synovial fluid. It's like an oil change in a car. So we're working on many levels, but it works well on the joints. And the reason we hold them is to allow the muscles to let go so that we can be working on the joint, the fascia, the connective tissue. So explore how it feels on this side. And now we're at the halfway point. So if you want to put your right hand on your hip or your thigh to keep that down, and then raising your left leg, and is raised, dropping it out to the side or not, it's up to you. And noticing how far perhaps this one gets compared to the other. And using any props if you need to help support you get into a safe posture but at your edge. Yin yoga, because we hold postures which are uncomfortable for a length of time, it's not just physical, it's mental and it's emotional, because quite often our minds are going crazy and saying, what are you doing? Stop this is really not fair. Back off. Why have you let this woman do this to you? So often your mind is going crazy. So it's learning to live with the chattering monkey. We can't stop the mind from chattering, but can learn to just let it go. So when your thoughts are screaming at you, when your mind is chattering away, try and accept each one and let it float by. Lying down, looking up at the clouds, the thoughts of the clouds floating past. Allow them to come, allow them to go. There's nothing you need to do right now. Just let those thoughts arise and let them float away, and bring your attention to the tip of your nose, to your breath. Feel the cool breath as it goes in, the warm breath as it comes out. So drawing your leg back to centre, give yourself a little hug, hug your knees in, have a little wiggle from side to side. And when you're ready, if you sit up so I can show you the next one. So this is where we can use the blocks or the cushions. It's a supported bridge. So a bridge is this posture, but we're not going to hold that for 3 minutes. So we're going to support it. You can just do a baby bridge where you can just put your hands underneath your pelvis. So I'm just going to put my hands underneath my pelvis, and that's lifting it up a little bit. I could do my fists, and that'd go a bit higher. I could do my stack fists, and that'd be a little bit higher. But that does tend to get a bit uncomfortable if you're going to use stack fists. So that's where, if you've got a tight rolled up blanket, or you've got a pillow off your bed and you've rolled it up tight and managed to maybe bind it round a little bit, you lift up and you put it underneath your pelvis. So your lower spine is just dropping off the edge. So it's the lumbar spine, we're resetting the curve of it. So you might want to use that. If you have got a block, baby bear, mama bear, daddy bear. Depends how high you want to put it. You might go for baby bear. You will find yourself, you have to wiggle to find the right place on your pelvis. Or you might want to go mama bear, or you might want to go papa bear. So you can move it as you go through. So if you start off and you've started off too high, as the time goes by, you can drop it down. Or conversely, if you've gone low and you think, actually, I feel I could get more of an edge to that, then you can just gradually move it up a little bit further. Okay, so getting whatever you need to do this one. Your rolled up mat, or just using your hands, lying on your back. Bend your knees, bring your heels towards your bottom, raise your bottom up, tilt your pelvis up, and put your prop underneath you. And off we go. So bringing your awareness to the tip of your nose. Feel the cool air as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, feel the warm air coming out through your nostrils, perhaps feeling it tickling over the top of your upper lip. Breathing in and breathing out. Relaxing your cheeks, your jaw, your tongue. Slowing down, calming down. Don't worry. Don't hurry. Just trust in the process. Just got a lovely little poem I'd like to read for you. She let go. Without a thought or a word, she let go. She let go of fear. She let go of the judgments. She let go of the opinions swarming around her head. She let go of the committee of indecision within her. She let go of all the right reasons. Wholly and completely, without hesitation or worry, she just let go. No one was around when it happened. There was no applause or congratulations. No one thanked her or praised her. No one noticed a thing. Like a leaf falling from a tree, she just let go. There was no effort. There was no struggle. It wasn't good and it wasn't bad. It was what it was, and it is just that. In the space of letting go, she let it all be. A small smile came over her face. A light breeze blew through her, and the sun and the moon shone forevermore. So just letting go in that posture, letting go of your thoughts, letting go of muscular tension, letting go of emotions that arise. Most feelings are just visitors. Let them come and go. They bubble up, they go away. Awareness of your breath, the tip of your nose, the cool breath as you breathe in, the warm breath as you breathe out. And when the gong goes, just raise your hips and remove whatever you had there, your hands, a pillow, a block. And just stretch your legs out and lie flat and notice the difference in your back, how it feels. The back perhaps feels flatter. We often sit incorrectly or stand incorrectly, and this is a lovely posture to do if you've been sitting at a desk for a long time or standing up for a long time. It just resets the lower back. And when you're ready, if you come to seated, and I'll just show you the next one. This next one, you've got a choice. You can do Sphinx or Seal. So I'll show you both. So it's it's a back bend, so we're lying on our tummies. So Sphinx is elbow underneath shoulders. You can have the palms flat down or you can have the palms together, it doesn't matter. Just try and make sure that you don't sink down, drawing the chest up and through. You can look up or down, it doesn't matter, but it's drawing that chest through. If you imagine your hands are sort of glued and you draw your hands towards you, that'll help you raise the chest in and up. So that is your Sphinx. The other one is Seal. The thumbs point to the forward, the fingers pointing out, and you straighten the arms. This is a comfortable one to hold because you lock the arms. Also, if you feel you want more of a back bend, you just bring the arms closer towards you. If you want less of a back bend, you take it away. You can also use your rolled up blanket and just tuck it underneath your belly or your pelvis or your ribs, wherever you feel you want some support. If you feel like it's uncomfortable and it's pushing your back too much. If that is too much for you, you lie down. You can put your hands on top of each other and just rest your forehead. You're already getting a little bit of a back bend. Or stack your fists on top of each other and rest your forehead on your fists. It's all about getting the curve in the back, and it's whatever curve suits you. Some people will just be naturally bending, almost get their heads to their knees, going over that way. But some people, that will be a nice back bend for them. So lying onto your tummies, and remembering it's probably nicer to start off at a gentle back bend and gradually build it up. But don't worry if you've gone too deep at first, you can always back off. So off you go. So just allow the belly to be loose. And try to visualise your breath starting at your tailbone. And as you breathe in, feel the breath drawing up through the curves of your spine, over the top of your head, over your forehead, into your mouth. Gently press your tongue on the roof of your mouth, and as you breathe out, release the tongue and imagine the breath flowing and cascading down your chest, down your belly to your pubic bone. So the breath starts at the base of the spine, breathing in through the curves of your spine, all the way over the top of your head, your forehead, to the roof of your mouth, pressing the tongue. As you breathe out, release. Allow the breath to flow down the chest, down the belly, to the pubic bone, releasing the belly. So relaxing your eyes, relaxing your cheeks, relaxing your jaw, your tongue. See if you can find a point of tension in your body. I often find in this posture my buttocks go tight. So have your buttocks gone tight? Have your legs gone tight? Just try and release the muscular tension. Be aware and breathe in to any points of tension and release. You're halfway through, so if you want to go down a little bit or if you want to go up a little bit, that's your option, or want to stay where you are, that's absolutely fine. And remembering, you don't have to control your thoughts, you just have to stop letting them control you. So thoughts come in, thoughts go out, bringing your attention back to the tip of your nose, the cool air as you breathe in, the warm air as you breathe out. Relax your shoulders, your jaw. Nice, gentle breaths through the nose. I'm inviting you to notice, just before you breathe in, a slight pause, and just before you breathe out, a slight pause. Becoming aware of the pauses in the breath. Your breath has 4 parts to it. Breathing in, pause. Breathing out, pause. Feeling the breath rise and fall, like an ocean on a wave. Breathing in to the top of the wave, pause. Breathing out, cascading down the wave, pause at the trough at the bottom. And when the gong goes, lift your bottom up and push your bottom to your heels to child's pose. So you can have your knees together or knees apart, but the body is draped over the knees. So we're just reversing the curve of the back. You can have your arms forward, you can have your arms by the side of your legs, you can have your knees together, you can have your knees apart a little bit, and give your back a little bit of a rub if you like. That feels quite nice, give it a little bit of a rub. And when you're ready, rolling yourself up to a comfortable seated position, and I'll show you the next posture. It's swan. We've got right and left swan. The easiest way to start off with swan is on your hands and knees, and bring your right knee, if you watch first, bring your right knee towards your right wrist and slide the left leg back. So this is where your options start. You want that back leg to be straight, so just check that straight. The heel, my heel always ends out in my groin. It does depend on what your body's like. Some people can get their heel actually parallel with the front of the mat and still have their body up and forwards. I can't. So maybe you can experiment, maybe that's the way your body's made. Options here, if you find, my bottom is miles off, it's about that far off the ground, my bottom's not near the ground, but I feel quite balanced and comfortable. But if you feel like you're falling over, you can use your block, you can use your roll, and you can just tuck it under your bottom, and that'll help you keep you upright, but you don't have to. The options we're going to have from here, there's swan, interlace the fingers behind the hand, proud swan. You draw the arms straight and draw the arms down and puff the chest, and you draw the shoulder blades together and you're looking up. Sleeping swan, where you come forwards. You might want to rest your head in your hands. You might want to rest your head on your stacked fists. You might be able to get your head down to the ground and stretch your arms forward. So that'll be experimenting where you get with that. There's praying swan. So the right knee is forward, so it's the right elbow anchors down as if your knee is going to be the other knee. Hands together, and the idea is to try and get the thumbs towards the breastbone and get a twist in and look up. You can bend that back leg and get hold of it with either hand. You can swap with it hands. If you've done a prayer, you might want to go around to the back, get hold of the foot and bringing the foot in towards the bottom, twisting round, or you can swap, you can do both hands, you can swap. It might be you don't get very far at all, which is fine. If you've got a tie or something, you could loop that round your foot and maybe just see how far you can get with that. But you can stay in any one of those. If you like the sleeping pigeon, you can spend the whole time as a sleeping pigeon. Entirely up to you. So, if you come onto your hands and knees and bring your right knee towards your right wrist, slide the left leg back, looking back at that leg. Check your position, interlace your fingers behind your hand. Start off with a proud pigeon, or if you're feeling very wobbly, keep your hands, fingertips on the ground, proud pigeon. Eyes shut. Vanda Scaravelli is a very famous yoga instructor. She said, do not kill the instinct of the body for the glory of the pose. Do not look at your body like a stranger, but adopt a friendly approach toward it. Watch it, listen to it, observe its needs, its requests, and even have fun. To be sensitive is to be alive. So listening to your body in this posture, how it feels. Exploring your edge, your physical edge. You've already done a minute, so if you want to try a different version, please do. It has been said the pose begins when you want to leave it, and that's where our mental edge comes. It's holding on for that time, for that 3 minutes. But remember, your yoga, your body. If you need to come out, please do come out. You're halfway through now. So feeling that breath, notice the breath in your belly in this posture. Feel how your belly moves. And with the breath in and the breath out. Feel your ribs, 1 minute left. Feel your ribs expanding. Feel your ribs expanding to the side, to the back, the breastbone, the whole of your ribs expanding as you're breathing in and breathing out. Half a minute left, so if you want to try the last option where the back knee's bent, or you're happy where you are. And when we come out of this posture, we step into a down dog. So what you will do when the gong goes, is you put your hands down, you'll lift, push down with your hands, lift that bent knee off the ground, lift the straight leg, lift your bottom up and step into a down dog. So when the gong goes, lifting yourself into your down dog, so you should now be in a down dog, and walk your dog. That knee that's been bent probably feels a bit abused, so have a nice walk. Now from here, to do the other side, the easiest way from down dog is just to bring that left knee towards the left wrist, and then you can start adjusting yourself. Have a look at that back leg. Is it out straight? Are you falling over? Do you want to put a block underneath your butt so that you don't fall over, so you feel a bit more secure, or do you feel comfortable where you are? And notice the difference between this side and the other. So, Proud pigeon perhaps to start off with, but proud swan. Interlacing the fingers behind the back, or having the hands down on the ground and just puffing your chest up and getting a small back bend. And whenever you're ready, you can move on to sleeping swan. So feeling that breath. Is it still smooth? Is it jagged? Inviting you to count in for 4, noticing the pause, and counting out for 4, noticing the pause. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4, pause, out, 2, 3, 4, pause. You've already done a minute, so if you wish to adopt a different position. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4, pause. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, pause. Not only is our breath our barometer, which can tell us how we're feeling physically and emotionally, it can also be an anchor. We can use our breath to help anchor us. So the equal breath, breathing in for an equal time as breathing out, is a balancing breath, a calming breath. You can allow yourself to consciously deepen that breath as you're breathing in for 4 and out for 4. Deep breaths, less stress. Only a minute left. Maybe noticing sounds around you. Half a minute left. And if you find there's a particular point that you need is calling to you, that's wanting you to itch or scratch or adjust your posture, just breathe into that area for a few breaths. And then if you feel you do need to scratch or adjust, mindfully and carefully adjust your position. Some postures are particularly delicious when we come out of them. I feel swan is one of those, that when you come out of it, it's delicious. So when the gong goes, lift yourself up and step yourself into your down dog, walk your dog and enjoy that delicious feeling of release now that you've come out of posture. Walk your dog, wiggle your hips, do whatever you feel you need to release that leg. And then when you're ready, you just come down to a comfortable seated position and I'll show you the options for the next one. So the next one's called shoelace. So there are many options for shoelace. There are lots of arm options, but I'll show you the leg options first. So with shoelace, take your right leg, watch first, so you take your right leg over your left. That might be where you're going to keep your leg. That might be your shoelace. If you want to come a bit further, you can bring that leg round so that the side of the foot's on, so the sole's pointing away. You can stick with one leg, or you tip over and lift that butt up and tuck under the other foot. So now you're sitting between your feet. You can see the soles of your feet. The aim is to try and get the knees on top of each other, but it doesn't matter. If you're a bit like this, that's fine, but you feel comfortable having that other leg tucked under. So that's the leg options. So your leg options are right leg over, or both legs tucked under, and maybe you've got that up a little bit. If that feels particularly uncomfortable, it might be that you think, well, actually I can do it, but I just want something wedged underneath there. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. So that's the leg option, but the arm options are many and varied. So I'll go through some of them because it might be that you want to hold one for the whole thing. you can just give yourself a hug. Right leg would be over, so right arm will come under, and we can just give ourselves a hug. It opens up the back, the shoulder blades, and it gives a nice stretch across the back. This is a lovely arm position to just simply release the hands, raise up the hands, and we're going into eagle hands. So back of hands to back of hands, front of hands to front of hands. If you do eagle, it's elbows out and up, and you'll feel a nice stretch going across the back of the arm. So that's an option there. If I turn around so you can see the options for the back. So from the back, you can put prayer hands down, prayer hands up, or the right arm comes under as high as it feels like it can go. The left arm comes, stretch it up, then drop the arm down and get hold of the fingers, or, where's mine? There we go. If you use a strap, you can gradually walk it towards you, or you can just hold on to your clothing. Okay, so get your feet sorted out first. So either go for the right leg over foot flat, right leg over side of the foot on the ground, or tucking in that leg. So get your legs sorted out first, eyes gently shut. And see how that's feeling for you. So maybe you want to give yourself a hug. There's lots of options for the arms, and it's whatever you feel like you'd like to do now. I think giving yourself a hug's nice. We're worth hugging. Give yourself a nice hug. Reminding yourself to feel safe in posture. And if it's not accessible, just skip it. Do another posture. Yoga is not a competitive sport. It's about going in, listening to our bodies, which we often ignore. We go blithely throughout the day. So, trying to let gravity have you, feeling heavy, heavy from the waist down. Feel your hips heavy. Feel your thighs, your legs, your feet, your calves heavy from the waist down. And feel a sense of lightness starting from the waist coming up. So the spine feels light, the head feels light. So the top half of your body feels floating towards the ceiling, and the bottom part feels heavy. As if from the waist down, you're a mountain, and from the waist up, you're a tree growing up. You're halfway through, so if you want to try any alterations of the arm movements, go for it. If you found one that you like and you want to stay there, you don't even have to do anything with the hands. You can just keep them where they are. You can just fold over a little bit over your legs, or you can even put in a little bend to the side. So with Yin, we're trying to develop an attitude of attentive kindness to ourselves. So listening to your body, exploring how it's feeling, being compassionate to yourself, practicing mindfully with attention and intention. You've got less than a minute left. Noticing how each moment is different. Different parts of your body, different parts of your mind or your emotions are pulling you, your attention at different points, and just bringing that attention back to the breath. Half a minute left. Just bring that attention back to the breath. Tip of the nose, cool breath as you're breathing in. Warm breath as you're breathing out. So when the gong goes, there's no dignified way of coming out of this. You just unwrap yourself as best you can. So unravel yourself. It's quite nice just to do some windscreen wipers. So bring the knees together and just rotate from side to side, or whatever you feel like doing, whatever works for you. So obviously now we're going to do the other side. So this time the left leg goes over the top, maybe foot flat, maybe side of the foot on, maybe tucking the other leg in, rolling over, tucking the other leg in. As I said, the aim is to get the knees on top of each other, but it doesn't matter if they're not quite there. And you might want to lean forward, keeping your butt bones down. You might want to put a little side stretch in. Or you might want to just stick with exploring the arm movements. So this time it's left leg is on the top. Eyes gently shut. And explore your options in this posture. So in Yin Yoga, we're working on the meridians. We're stretching the lines of energy, the chi flows. And that links in with the traditional Chinese medicine, hence it's called Yin Yoga, the yin and the yang. So yin is a relative term. So lying down is yin to walking, but walking is yin to running. So the yin is the moon, the cooler, the darker, the more central, the more feminine. The yang is the more masculine, the sun, more superficial, as in the skin and the muscles, not in the personality. So with Yin Yoga, we're just slowing down a little bit. We're just accessing, you've done 1 minute already. We're accessing that calmer part. We often spend our lives rushing around being very yang exercise. So it's about balance, as in with the breath. When we were doing the 4 and 4, it's about balance. If you want to calm yourself down a little bit more, I'm inviting you to breathe in for the count of 4. Notice your pause, and breathing out for the count of 6 or 7 or 8, whatever suits you. Just elongate that out breath. So breathing in, and make the out breath longer than the in breath. Concentrating on the tip of your nose, the cool air as you breathe in. The warm air as you breathe out. Relax your cheeks, your jaw, your tongue, your shoulders. Less than a minute left. Surrendering to the posture. Reminding ourselves we do not use the body to get it into the pose, we use the pose to get it into the body. So seeing how your body feels. Breath smooth and even. All of our bodies are different. What works for one body may be harmful for another, so listening to your body. Accepting with compassion your breath, your mind. And when the gong goes, going out of posture, unravel your legs, give them a little wiggle. Now the next one has the potential to be intense, but it's entirely up to you. So please only go as far as you can comfortably go. So watch first, don't go diving into it. So it's Hanumasanam, half monkey, and the possibility is to explore a full monkey. Monkey is splits. So half monkey, watch first, the right leg comes forward, anchor the foot down. If that knee feels uncomfortable, you can roll up the mat, or perhaps you put something underneath your knee if that knee feels uncomfortable. Then you sort of wiggle your foot flat, and that's why you might want to wiggle a bit, and straighten that leg. Now this is where your options are starting. You can stay like this, or it might be that you think, no, I can come over a little bit. Blocks can be useful for this, because we're going to be folding over that leg, and it might be that you want to use the blocks so that you have more control. Papa bear, mama bear, baby bear. It might be that you can get to the ground, and from here you can explore bringing yourself over that leg with the foot flat. So trying to keep that leg upright, trying not to let that leg come forward, trying to keep that leg upright and coming forward
over that leg. Then you can experiment with coming up onto the heel. So the toes are coming towards you and bending over it. So they're the options for you to start off with. Now, if you have a splits practice or you'd like to explore the splits, then you can experiment with what I'm about to show you now. So you can slide the feet further forward and start going into the splits. So the back leg goes out behind you, front leg forward, hips, you try and point them forwards. I don't get to the ground, there's a big gap there. Personally, I feel quite comfortable there. I don't feel like I need anything underneath me. But if you felt that was getting intense, you can stick a block underneath there. So now I can just really let go because the block is supporting my thigh, so I can just let go in that posture. Or it might be that you get lowish, and if you've got blocks, you might think, well, actually, yeah, that's good, because then I can support myself on my blocks. Or it might be that you can get your hands flat on the ground. I'm on my fingertips, I can't get my hands flat on the ground. So that's the sort of extreme end. Please don't go diving into that one unless you can do it. Some people naturally can do it. Other people, they can't. It's taken me decades to get that far. So, start on your knees, step your right foot forward and work out, keeping that leg straight, where you're going to put that foot. We want the foot flat first and then exploring with that. And it's coming forward however far you want to come forward. So it's entirely up to you how far you want to come forward. And then if you want, you can explore the splits using all the various ways I said, putting blocks underneath your thighs, holding onto blocks. You don't want to end out like a turkey at Christmas and your leg being ripped off. So be careful. So starting off, right leg forward first. Off you go. So this is quite an intense posture. And quite often people feel quite nervous about it. So you might notice that your mind's getting quite chattery. So bringing your attention back to the breath when you hear your mind chattering. Just feeling that breath entering up through your nose. See how far back your throat can you feel the breath as you're breathing in. Drawing attention to your belly. So you feel your belly moving. Feel your ribs moving. Feel right at the top of your chest moving. Noticing that breath, that barometer. How are you feeling in this posture? But being kind, compassionate to yourself. Don't overdo it. Listen to your body. We should listen to our body when it whispers, so we don't have to hear it when it screams. So don't overdo it. You've already done 1 minute. And remember, at any time you can just lie down. You don't have to stay in a posture. I can't see you. So coming to your appropriate edge, not aggressively but sensitively, allowing that breath to be slow and unlaboured, embracing the intensity of the feeling, but accepting without judgment where you have got to in this posture. You're just over halfway through. There is no good or bad. There is what there is. Just allowing your body to settle in to your edge, backing off if you've gone too far, perhaps inviting yourself to go a bit deeper if you feel you can. Your body, your yoga. To your bearable but challenging edge. See if you can allow your muscles to relax. If we're feeling tense in the posture, our muscles will tense up, which will not allow us to go as deep as perhaps we could. So just seeing if you can relax your muscles. Half a minute left. Yin Yoga is a practice that teaches us to relax and accept ourselves just as we are. No right, no wrong, no good, no bad. Just exploring your own body to a challenging but bearable edge.
So that when the gong goes, if you're in full splits, you're going to have to draw yourself back up. So bringing yourself back up onto your knees, maybe sitting down, maybe give your legs a rub, have a wiggle, whatever you want to do. And now obviously we're going to do it at the other side, and you'll find one side will be quite dramatically different with this sort of posture. So it might be that on this side you don't get as far, or you get a lot further, who knows. I find my left side not quite as stretchy as my right side. I don't know if that's in my head, if I just make it up, but it always feels like it. So it would be flat foot, heel, or drawing yourself into your full splits, or partial splits, supported splits, whatever works for you. So off you go. Note the changing sensations in your body with every breath. See where you can feel the breath in your body. Can you feel it in your hips, in your pelvis? Can you feel the breath moving in your shoulders, your arms, your neck, your head? Which furthest point of your body can you feel your breath moving? Breathing in and out. And inviting you to breathe in and out, and with every out breath to come down 1, starting from 6. So breathing in, breathing out 5. Off we go, down to 0. You've already done a minute. You've got 1 minute left, so maybe exploring the posture deeper, or maybe backing off if you've gone a little bit too deep first time. And just notice where you feel the intensity of this posture. And draw your breath to that point of intensity. So breathing in to that point where you really feel it most intensely, and breathing out and releasing. Breathing in to the intense part of the posture, breathing out and releasing. Half a minute left. Linger with any thoughts or feelings or sensations, welcome them all and let them pass. Notice what's unfurling for you in your body, your mind, your emotions. And when the gong goes, bringing yourself out of posture, whatever you need to do. You'll probably be delighted to know we're coming down to the last 3, so we're going to be twisting to the right, the left, and then we'll have a nice shavasana, a nice relaxation, a guided meditation. So if it's cold where you are, you get a blanket, socks, whatever you feel you need. So we're going to start off with a twist first. So again, if you just watch for a moment so I show you. Always roll down, don't flop down, roll vertebra by vertebra. If you bring your knees towards your chest, if you cross the left ankle over the right knee, and then you're going to drop them over towards the right, and you might find that foot goes flat on the ground. Or you can just keep the knees together if that's what you prefer, but keep this left shoulder on the ground. Don't allow that left shoulder to lift up. If you've crossed your legs over, you can experiment by holding onto that ankle and just pulling the foot closer towards you. It gives a big pull on the outside here.
but make sure that shoulder stays on. So, lying down, hug your knees in. If you want to, put your left ankle over your right knee, or you keep your knees together and drop over towards the right, keeping those shoulders on the ground. Eyes shut, looking over towards the left. So take a nice, long, slow, deep breath in. Pause and then slowly let out through your mouth. Just a nice, long, slow release. And again, breathing in through the nose. And a long, slow breathing out through the lips. Once more, in through the nose. And out through the lips. And then allowing the lips to just be gently shut, tongue resting on the roof of your mouth, eyes gently shut. Bringing awareness to the top of your head. Sense or imagine a feeling of relaxation beginning to spread down from the top of your scalp. The muscles in your forehead and temples relax. Allow your eyes to relax. Let your cheeks and jaw soften, letting go of all tension. This peaceful feeling flows down your neck, deep into the muscles of your shoulders, soothing and releasing them. Allow this peaceful feeling to flow through your arms, relaxing and soothing all the way to the tips of your fingers. As your body relaxes, your mind relaxes, your thoughts weightless, like wisps of clouds from the breeze. This peaceful sensation flows through your chest, your tummy, feeling your tummy gently rise and fall as you breathe, slow and deep, soothing and relaxing. Drawing your attention to your back and feel this relaxing sensation flowing down the curves of your spine. Peaceful sensation flowing through your lower body. Feel your buttocks relax, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your shins, your ankles relax, your feet relax, your entire body soft, calm and relaxed. Gently draw your knees towards your chest and allow your legs to drop over to the left side. So you can put your right knee on top of your right ankle on top of your left knee, or you can just do a simple knees, making sure that your shoulders stay on the ground. You need to put a prop underneath your thigh because you're pulling your shoulders over. Just put a prop under your thigh. Bringing your awareness to your ears, to your sense of hearing. Find the most distant sound you can hear. Then draw that sense of hearing closer in, moving from sound to the sounds inside the room. Draw yourself into your own body. Listen to the sound of your breath. Perhaps you can hear your tummy gurgling or the sound of you swallowing saliva. Some people can even hear their heartbeat. Even with your eyes shut, bring your awareness to vision, eyes shut, noticing colours, shapes, maybe black and white, maybe things you can recognise. Relax back and watch the movie show your eyes have prepared for you. Draw your awareness to your nose, your sense of smell, or perhaps you can't smell anything, that's fine. Awareness of your nose, cool breath in, without trying to name any smells, just being aware of your nose, of your sense of smell. Draw your awareness into your mouth, your tongue in your mouth, any tastes, the saliva, the moisture in your mouth, your tongue resting, your teeth and your palate meet. Bring awareness to your skin exposed to the air, your skin covered by your clothing. Notice the different textures, points of pressure, the warmth, the cold.
awareness of your skin. Gently bring your knees to centre and bring yourself to Shavasana. That's lying on your back, so straightening your legs out, keeping your eyes shut. Legs about mat width apart. Allow your toes to drop out, your feet to just drop back like pages of a book. Arms down by the side, a little bit away from your body, palms facing up. Now you can just lie there, or you can listen to the guided meditation that I've got for you. So what I'm going to say, if you repeat inside your head and bring your awareness to that point of the body as I say it. I will be going quite fast. If you zone out and miss part of it, it's fine. Just pick up the next time you hear my voice. Right thumb, right thumb, right index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger. Palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, right wrist, right lower arm, elbow, upper arm, right armpit, right waist, right hip, right thigh, knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe, left thumb, left index finger, left middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, left wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, left armpit, left waist, left hip, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, left second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe, scalp, forehead, right eyebrow, right eyelid, right eye, right ear, right cheek, right nostril, upper lip, lower lip, chin, neck, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, upper tummy, lower tummy, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, right buttock, left buttock, whole of the right leg, whole of the right leg, whole of the left leg, whole of the left leg, both legs together, whole of the right arm, whole of the right arm, whole of the left arm, whole of the left arm, both arms together, front of torso, back of torso, front and back together, whole of the head, my whole body, my whole body, my whole body. I will name different objects. As I say them, develop an image of them on all levels, feeling awareness and emotion as best you can, moving from object to object. Flickering candle, weeping willow tree, tall palm tree, car moving on a road, coloured clouds gathering, yellow clouds, blue clouds, red clouds, starlit night, full moon, dog standing, cat lying, elephant moving, horse racing, rising sun, ocean waves, big pond with clear water, blue lotus, white lotus, pink lotus, golden spider's web, sandy bank of a winding river, boat sailing on the water, chimney smoke rising from an old house, cold winter's day, fire burning, dawn of the day. Bring your awareness to the whole of your body. Become aware of your breath, quiet and slow. Develop an awareness of your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, becoming aware of the floor, the points of contact with the floor. Visualize yourself lying on the floor. Visualize yourself in the room, the objects around you. bring awareness to your fingers and toes. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Rotate your wrists, your ankles. Bring movement wherever you like. And the next big in-breath. Draw your arms up over your head. Stretch from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. As you breathe out, bring your arms over and hug your knees in tight. Little rock from side to side. Put your hands on your knees and do circles in one direction and circles in the other. And feel your lower back. Get a little massage. You raise your right arm over your head and then allow yourself to fall over to your right side. That gives you a little pillow of your arm. And take a moment to congratulate yourself for taking time to nurture body, heart and soul with the practice of yoga. And using your hands, bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position.